come on over here, Ezra. Ezra and I are going to show you guys how to get your fire pits started. It doesn't need that much explanation, but I wanted to just kind of run through the bases and kind of show you what we've got here. In front of me, I've got our s'mores kit, like I mentioned on a couple Facebook posts available. They come with about 8 servings of marshmallows, but let's go to the fire pits here. We've got the baby and then the micro. This is a traditional setup. It's got the Echo Valley gel fuel already loaded in there. I've got the rocks pre-installed, but every time that you relight or light for the first time one of these gel fuels, you got to make sure to shake it. It gets everything, I guess, primed or mixed up well enough so you can light it and have your bigger or 8-inch flame or so. Once you've shaken it, it sometimes builds a little bit of pressure, so you got to work your way around, just like a paint can you would get from Lowe's. And it didn't even pop that time, but you can see that gel fuel gets stuck on the cap a little bit, so make sure to put this in a safe place because that's also flammable. But once it's shaken up, it's ready to go. You can kind of like settle it in there so that that gel gets flattened out and pop it right back in the fire pit. What I'll do is I'll light this one. I use an extended lighter just so you don't have that heat interference or flame interference. Don't burn yourself, guys. Go ahead and get that lit. It'll take about 5 minutes for it to get heat or up to temperature, and the flame will get a little bit larger. But let's let that one warm up. In this micro, this is our Aztec micro, and I've got one of the Tiger Chef gel fuels in this one. I've also got a cradle that's loaded up. This is the cradle for the s'mores kit. You got to make sure to use this when you're cooking any s'mores because the canister size of this is much smaller than the Echo Valley. So essentially all you do is you take your cradle, you make sure the tabs hook on the rock ring, pop it in. You can actually shake this one up as well. Set that guy down in there just like you did with the bigger one. You can see that wasn't even 5 minutes and that started heating up real fast. But just make sure that this gel fuel as well, you're not risking any explosion or pop because it does build pressure sometimes. Same thing with this, it's got some of that gel still on there. You see it as? It's got the gel on there, but make sure to put that away. So it is flammable, it can cause significant burns if you get it close to any fire. But I guess since Ezra has it in his hand, we've got these guys. This is some new stuff that we're working on. It's just little s'mores rods with wildlife. We do a lot of Christmas ornaments, but anyways, we just got a bunch of different wildlife that's going to be available soon. Okay, so we've got a s'mores kit ready. We've got the baby burning, that's heating up. I do want to make a note that we don't cook on the baby. Right now, we just don't have enough data for the safety of us cooking over this flame. It is 100% non-toxic, and it doesn't release any kind of fumes. But the red phosphorus that makes it an orange flame, I worry that there's just stuff that we don't know yet. So as of now, we're not promoting this as a useful with s'mores. But this gel here is authorized. The manufacturer, Tiger Chef, they certify it's safe to use. Anyways, we'll light this one up, light it the same way. The difference between this fuel and this one, it's not going to become roaring. You won't ever see it turn orange. It'll heat up, it'll get a little bit taller, about 2 inches, but it's going to be blue the entire time that you use this flame. So today we've got the s'mores kit. This is just the marshmallow pack. Like I said, it's about 8 servings, so if you need more or you want seconds, make sure to grab accordingly because one packet will be just 8 servings. But everything comes together with marshmallows, graham crackers, and your chocolate bars. But when you go for it, just make sure to get enough so everybody can have seconds if you want seconds. But the idea was, here you go, Ez, you want to try one? Come here. You gotta hold the eagle right here, and then we're gonna roast it. Can you see? It actually does take a while for this gel fuel to heat up. It's just like a chafing dish at a buffet. It's the same type of ethanol fuel that's used, so it takes a couple minutes for it to warm up. As you can see, this marshmallow doesn't just ignite; it really almost heats it like radiant heat. But that makes for pretty well toasty s'mores. But as it heats up, you'll start to see it starting to brown more and more. You can hold it if you want, Ezra. But as you go through, this was kind of the idea that the kids could do their own marshmallows. Ezra might be a little bit young for it by himself, but my 4-year-old can definitely handle it, so I'm sure yours can too. Do be aware, like what just happened, you don't want anything to get into the gel fuel. If it does, that needs to be disposed of because this is a methanol-based gel fuel. So make sure not to get any of that onto your s'mores. But for now, have a great night. Thanks for watching our video.